go.
I don't know why it's doing this.
I can share mine with you.
Something's happening that's not working right. Okay, I'm gonna do this again.
No, it's not that. I've been working all weekend long.
Julie is her friend that took her to the chemo treatment.
It's all good. It's all
Really nice lady.
I think there's more than you can help. Oh God, I need this more than you can. Okay, let's get seated. And then
Quite a bit of shade there.
take a couple, let's dive, right? So let's make that conscious choice.
I can't hardly hear her though.
From thinking mind to feeling mind, and beginning by taking a couple of cleansing breaths and helping your nose. And then let it go out your mouth.
Practice is starting.
A couple more times, just a couple of cleansing breaths. Just feel the progress.
Up all the way.
And then clasp your hands together in front of your heart. And then take your palms towards me and just little cow version. Hey, beautiful. And just like secret, like get in there. And then straighten the spine. Secure.
Okay, here we are.
Are you back?
Yeah, we're here.
Welcome.
Now we get Corinne, and okay, she's doing this. I'm gonna be able to see though today. Maybe I'll just turn it like I had it before. Yeah. Can you see?
I can turn it down. Time. Slide and then go ahead and extend.
You want to go outside? You start? Yeah. Okay. Stretching and then so hard on my shoulder. It's going to be interesting to see what they say about that.
Keep the right arm down.
You know, they've given me free acupuncture.
It's fine. Right. I'm gonna mute you guys.
I thought we were muted. Sorry.
It's okay. It's not you. It's me. It's operator error. It's all me. And then take an inhale and pause. It's like do nothing. And when you exhale, at the bottom of your exhale, when you empty, twist a little. Oh, that's not. And then come back to center. And let's reclasp the hands. Up. And then twist to the left. Twist, 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 twist. And notice if you're twisting more from your waistline than your rib cage. And try and get a little bit more out of the rib cage. And then release the clasp of the hands. Right? And then release the left arm behind you and stretch out the right arm. Any movement's okay. If you want to kind of wiggle the hips from side to side, move forward and back here, it's all good. And then come back to center and place the right hand on the left knee and take a couple deep breaths. Last time you're going to inhale, and then at the bottom of your exhale, see if you can squeeze out a little bit more rotation. Oh, that's good. And then come back to center and cross the hands together. And then we do that same kind of variation with slightly different rotation. And then you got arch and open. Exhale, super. Inhale, arch and open. And exhale, super. Take a breath or two, just kind of pushing down on the head. Stretching the back of the neck, not too hard, but getting a little bit of resistance. And then inhale, come back to center, and then twist right. And then come back to center, and twist to the left, twist, 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 twist. And then open the arms wide up to T. And come back to center. I'm a little less right. Come back to hands and knees. All I gotta do is start talking, and then I get out of my head. It should be the opposite. And then separate your knees to hip distance and your palms shoulder distance. If your palms are bugging you, definitely make a fist. Like, feel free to modify everything and then just begin to grab your eyes. Start sinking deeper into feeling mind. Deep breaths. And then begin to move in a circular motion, down and around and forward. And down. And then come to center and pause for a moment. Catwalk cow. Flip around to that. Come back to center and then circle in the opposite direction. And then turn. And then come back to center and a couple more rounds of cat and cow. One more time. Come back to center and place your left palm towards the center of the mat and then reach the right arm. Take a moment to let the stretch happen underneath the right armpit and then circle the right wrist one way and then circle it the other way. And circle the whole arm and shoulder one way. And come back to center, arms straight up, take an inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to slide down to the shoulder, walk the left arm out in front of you, and breathe here. Good, Travis. And come back to center. And then you're going to lift the right leg up. And then extend it out. And back. And extend it back. And back. Extend it out. And back. And extend it back. And then release. And then bring the right hand to the center of your mat. And the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Circle the left wrist one way. That feels so good. And then circle it the other way. Circle the whole arm one way, slowly. And then circle it the other way, slowly. And then stopping up at the center towards the sky. Take an inhale. And then sliding down on the exhale. Walk the center and do that leg thing. Just working on rotation of the hip joint. Bring the left leg up, bring it out, bring it in, bring it back, extend it back. A couple times to the side, straighten your leg, shoot back, straighten your leg. Beautiful. And then come back to all hands and knees. And extend the right leg behind you with the toes on the ground. And then just kind of circle the ankle. One way, pressing the toes on the ground, pressing back. And then circle up the other way. And you come to center and just press through the arch and heel. Nice. And then lift the right leg up and take it behind you and across the body like a little IT band stretch. And then come back to center. Lovely facial expressions. And then left leg back. See, this is what I miss about Zooming. You don't get this on Zoom. This is way better. Sorry, guys. I love you on Zoom. Nothing personal. But I miss all of you. And then circle it the other way. And then come back to center and just kind of press out heel and the back of the arch. And get the calf muscle, the Achilles. Nice. And then lift the leg and sweep it across the body. And then feel like this weird stretch on the left IT band, outer edge of the right hip. Come back to center. Let's take wide knee, child's pose. And come up. And then just kind of scoot onto your belly into a little sphinx pose. Just kind of rock your hips to the side to side. And then circle the head and neck one way. And circle. And we'll come back to center, and you're going to pull the navel and the pubic bone up off the floor, C curve, and then release. A couple times like that. This is L4, L5, back therapy, yoga therapy 101, and then release. 2 more times like that. Yeah, so good. Pull the navel up, and then release. Last time like this. Don't take it into your jaw. Everything goes to my jaw. And then walk the hands straight on out. And then let your forehead rest on the mat. And the palms and your forearms and the tops of your shins and the tops of your feet. And now press everything down. So whatever's touching the ground, the palms, the forearms, the forehead, the belly, the hips, the thighs, the tops of the feet. And press. And then release all that energetic effort. And one more time, press. Everything that's touching the ground, press. And then release, nice. And now slide the palms back towards your shoulders. So kind of line them up underneath the shoulders, maybe a little bit further back behind the shoulders. And then you're going to wing the elbows out and then kind of wing them in, tuck them in. And you're going to wing them out. And then wing them in, tuck them in. And when you wing them in, also press the palms on the floor. We're going to add on a little bit at a time. You're going to press the tops of the feet on the ground. That's going to wake up your legs. You're going to press your pubic bone on the ground. And now lift your forehead. just about an inch. It's not so much about height here as it is about length. Now keep pulling the elbows back and pressing the palms down. You're gonna feel the torso and the sternum kind of reach and stretch a little bit when you do that. And then release. And then come again, lift the torso, press the palms down. Now we're gonna roll the shoulders forward, around, up, and then pin them down. So forward, around, pin them down. Forward, around. Now keep them pinned down. Lift the torso a little bit, lift the legs. Keep the hands, the palms on the ground. Just the legs, just the torso. Don't go for height as much as you're going for length. Now press the palms and the elbows back behind you as if you're going to kind of like scooch your whole body forward. Like the method to scoop yourself. You're going to scoop, scoop, scoop. You know I'm in a better mood when I start to joke. I know it's not funny. Yoga jokes. Okay, roll the shoulders forward, roll them up, pin them down. Like take the elbows and pull them in, like tuck them in. Now lift the toes, now lift the palms. Now don't go for height as much as length. So take the sternum, like almost like you scoop, take your sternum bone and pull it forward. Take the crown of the head, pull it forward. Take your toes and spread them wide. Release the palms. Release the toes. Release the toes. Oh, very nice. Rock the hips from side to side. We're not done with the whole back chain yoga therapy sequence. This is really good stuff. Okay, so again, shoulders roll forward, shoulders roll back, pin down, right? Lift the torso, lift the legs. Now lift the palms. Now we do this whole elbows out, elbows in, elbows out, elbows in. Two more. Elbows out, elbows in. Last one. Elbows out, elbows in. Now extend the arms behind you. Like, woo! Now fly. Woo, 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 woo. And then release. Nice. Keep the arms behind you by your sides. Clasp the hands together behind your back. Have the tops of the palms on your back so the elbows are reaching up towards the sky. And then let the elbows be heavy. And even if you have to release some of the clasp, that's fine. Let the elbows and the shoulders fall down towards the floor. Nice. Breathe into the upper back. And now bring the elbows towards each other. So the only thing that's moving is the elbows and the arms. Torso, forehead remains on the mat. Tops of the feet press down to support the lower back. And then release that, elbows down, shoulder heads down. And then last set, elbows in towards each other. Now clasp the hands together and extend the arms towards the toes. Lift the torso, lift the legs. Release the clasp of the hands. Keep reaching back towards your toes. Now we're going to do Superman. So you're going to swim in space. So the arms are going to come forward, palms face each other. Whoop, whoop. And then the arms are going to come back. Slowly. And then the arms are going to come forward and the palms are going to face each other. Like I can pull your wrists. And then the arms are going to come back. Nice. One more set. The arms are going to come forward. Keep your arms forward. Now the legs go out to the side of the mat. The legs come in. The legs go out to the side. The legs come in. 3 more times. Out, in, out, in. Last time. Out, in. Reach the arms back behind you. Go up a little higher. Down you go. Oh, nice. Bring your palms to your shoulders. Lift your torso. Bend your knees. Child's pose. Woo. In child's pose, circle your head around. So like lift your torso a little bit. So your head comes off the floor and circle your head and neck. If that's kind of here. And then from up, like we should do a little gentle dog. So line your knees up underneath your hips and your palms shoulder distance, and then tuck your toes, and then scoot your hips a little bit towards your heels, and then kind of pick your knees up and find your way into dog. And then pull out the feet. Then one knee, sink the heel, opposite heel. Then the other knee, sink the opposite heel. Kind of pull out the feet, and then up the bones and the feet. And then bring the pinky toes to the outer edges of your mat and walk your hands towards your toes just so that you line your heels, your hips up over your heels, and then cup your fingers. So you're on the tips of your fingers, and then kind of rock your body forward and back. And when you rock forward, you lift the heels a little bit, and when you rock back, you lift the toes. Just a little rocking forward and back motion. If you don't want to lift the toes and the heels, you can skip that and just rock forward and back. And then put a generous bend in your knees, like generous bend in the knees, and then let the torso go. Another time. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And then clasp your hands together behind your neck. Shoot flat. And then pull your elbows towards each other, getting a nice release and stretch in the neck. And then release that, and clasp the hold with the elbows. And if you like to rock from side to side, you rock from side to side. And then release the hands and clasp them together behind your back. And then draw the arms up. So we're going to play with a couple variations here. You're going to bend the right knee. The left leg's going to stay straight. You're going to drop both arms to the right, and you're going to gaze over the left shoulder. And then switch sides. Then the left knee, straighten the right leg, drop both arms over to the left. A couple more times to switch. Right knee bends. Switch. Left knee bends. Release that. Hang. You're going to walk your hands like so painfully slow, inching your fingers back to the front of the top of the mat. Go really slow. Keep your knees bent. Find your way into downward dog, and then when you get there, heel toe your feet together so that the big toes and the ankles touch. So two legs now are one leg, and then press the hips and the boots. And drop down your knees and find child's pose. If you can, keep your knees together. This is hard. It's harder than wide knee child's pose. You might not even be able to get all the way down because it smushes all your internal organs. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You want to sit like this. It's good for your ankles. If you don't want to do that, there's always an alternative. Right? Always. Always. Okay. Right. Don't move too quickly. And then come up. Since we're all like done with that. And then turn your palms Oh, this is a good one. Turn your palms so your fingers, yeah. So this is one of those like when you go too far, it's not really that great. It's not like, don't be aggressive with it. So if you're good like this is good. Otherwise, you can start to lean back and like press it, get a little more pressure through the palms. And you can like put more of your weight on the pinky fingers and peel your palms up off the ground. Let your elbows be soft. But if you go too far, your tendons will not be happy. Don't go too far. And then let that go. And then switch so that the opposite, so that your palms are up. And so now your elbows are soft, so not too much weight on the wrist, but just enough. And then you can kind of curl the fingers and make a fist. And then release. And then curl and make a fist. And then release. One more set just like that. Curl and make a fist. Release. Awesome. Everybody sit on the chins. And then just kind of flip the wrist. And then forward and back. Oh, wow. And then circle. And then the other way. Beautiful. And then come sit in a comfortable posture position. And then bring your arms up on the inhale. And then the right palm to left knee and lean to the right. And then circle the left wrist one way. And then circle it the other way. And then we're going to kind of lean to the right knee. So you're just going to kind of right shoulder, right knee. You're just going to kind of lean down on it. So the left glute, butt cheek might come up off the floor. That's fine. Oh, it feels good. And then come back on both butt cheeks. And then you're going to karate chop. So both palms are going to be on the knee. Yeah, yeah. And then let your elbows fold over your shins. And then seek over the spine. And then come up. And then reach the arms back up over the head. Left palm right knee, lean to the left. Let's circle that right wrist one way. And then circle it the other way. And then like left shoulder to left knee. And my right butt cheek's gonna come up off the floor to make that happen. So you don't need to do that. Oh. We come back to center and we karate chop. Like, how many flies can I have? Oh my body at one time. Is it like if I stay still, will they go away? No, huh? More will gather, right?
And I bought that new chair and it works on it.
I think they just like my sweat.
They like me.
And they come up. And it's gonna be like that in front of you. It's really, I just had this thought. It's really interesting. Like, I'll show up to class and I'll be all spun out, be all from the day, depending on what I'm doing. And my muscles will be really stiff and tight. And then when I breathe and I let go, the body just goes, oh, right? And I come up and I'm like, oh, what's all that fuss about? And then, you can tell I'm kind of becoming more of myself again. And I come up And drop right leg in. And help this is not the pose. Shoo! And then exhale, down we go. Forward points in like catch one. And so, okay, so I'm playing with something here I just thought about, and I'm going to share it with you. And so, if I just kind of, like I notice my right shoulder wants to hike up, right? And if I cramps are normal, just like come out and shake it out, and then come back when you can. And if I drop my right shoulder back down, and the left shoulder comes up, and then I can drop the left shoulder back down, and then my sternum bone goes, oh, I can go a little further. And I come up. Just little subtle things to kind of play with and be aware of. And then the left leg comes in. Love it. And then down you go. No effort required, just kind of holding yourself. And then notice if one shoulder's higher than the other for me. On this side, it's my right shoulder. So I'm going to go, oh, right shoulder, come down. Maybe I need to bend the elbow and pull a little bit to let the right shoulder down, come down. And when the right shoulder does that, the left shoulder wants to hike up. Right, so I go, oh, left shoulder will come down. And then as soon as I do that, my sternum bone and waistline will have a little bit more room and space to move forward. That's normal. And you might want to, my husband cramps a lot too in the heat. You might want to dose up on your magnesium and potassium. I don't know if you take them with those supplements. Like I have this one brand called Vital, which is it's like a food, rather than a laboratory simulated product, it's like a food-based product. It's really good. It's called Vital, V-I-T-A-L. They have this thing called, vitamin called Triple Mag. And my husband has had, he fell off the roof and had his knee reconstructed. He's got all kinds of weird stuff hard there in his body. So he cramps a lot. And I give him a lot of like Triple Mag and calcium, magnesium, potassium, and a lot of electrolytes. And no more cramping. Unless he doesn't drink enough water. Not that that's a whole other story. And then bring the shoulder feet together. And then just kind of shake, by your flap wings. And then find stillness and take your elbows and pull them in front of your shins. Super. Up. Let's do pigeon pose. Right shin forward, left leg behind you. See how we're doing on time. Pigeon pose, right side. So Brian, sometimes if pigeon pose isn't comfortable for you like that, because you have tight hips, because you have a desk job, you might want to come onto your shin, the top of the shin, and then see if that feels a little bit better on your hips. Yeah, just the shin straight forward. There's no crossing. Just the, yeah, is that better? So everything can be modified. I'm just watching. I'm just enjoying this pace. It's taking me 45 minutes to arrive. And that feeling. I'm gonna call yourself up and stay on this side. And so there's gonna be a little something for everybody here. You're gonna, some of you are just gonna bend the back leg. Okay? Some of you are gonna reach around to the foot. Oh, oh, oh. I'm stiff today. And then you're gonna take the left shoulder. If you're with me, the left shoulder is gonna come forward. The left shoulder is gonna come back. The left shoulder is gonna come forward. The left shoulder is gonna rotate back one more time. Internally rotate the shoulder. Externally rotate the shoulder. Come back to internal rotation. Let the foot go. Press yourself back to down dog. We'll transition from down dog to left feet. And then sweep the left leg forward, and we pigeon on the left side. If you found that option, that modification of just being right on the shin and the foot, then do that. Okay. Everything gets us to slightly different location in your hip and your psoas, the inside of the opposite groin. These are all really good poses. Sit a lot. When you're ready, call yourself up on this side, and we do that other same variation. So this is good right here, right? This is hamstring stretch. This is front of the hip flexor stretch. If you can, you grab a hold of the foot, but nothing magic happens. Yeah,
I messed it around.
it's beautiful. And then we're going to do the shoulder rotation. Shoulder rotates in, shoulder rotates out. Oh, shoulder rotates in, shoulder rotates out. Come on, in, out, left hand in, out. Oh, release the foot. And then sweep the back leg towards the foot and grab your ball. Here's a massage time. So we're going to start with the ball right at the nape of the neck, right at that indentation, and come all the way down lying on the mat. And so you can rock your head from side to side, right, slowly, and get the sides of the neck. Oh, so good. And then you could rock your head forward and back, like so. Bring the chin towards your chest, and then bring the chin towards the side, and then chest. And then when you're ready to move down the spine, you start on one side of the spine. You start right in the nape of the neck, like right where the shoulder meets the neck, right where we're most tightest. So we tend to all carry a majority of our tension. And then you can be in charge of the amount of pressure. So if you want more pressure directed towards that spot, you can lift your hips and direct more energy, more pressure towards the tennis ball. Right? You can rock them side to side. You can make small little movements, or you could just rest on that one pressure point in stillness and just breathe on it. And then taking your time and going down one side of the vertebra. So don't be right on the spine. You're just right to the side of the spine, to the right of the spine. And you're going down the edges of the spine one vertebra at a time, taking your time. So take your time. If you find a spot that's got a knot or that's super tender, spend a little bit more time on that spot. And then when you're done going down one side, you flip it around to the other side of the spine. you're done with both sides, you're gonna go to your piriformis, so the center of your butt cheek. One side, right on the center of the butt cheek. And then you're gonna rock from side to side, and then maybe then pick your foot up and maybe make little circles with that leg. A circle with the leg in both directions. And then the other side. And when you're done with that, you're going to take it onto your hip. You're going to take the ball right on the edge of the hip. And you're going to lean over to the side. Both sides, both hips. And then when you're done with the hip, you're going to take it under your armpit. And you're going to lie on your stomach on your side, and you're going to put it right underneath your armpit. It doesn't take long. And then right at your collarbone. Right at the collarbone. Oh. And when you're done with that, other armpit from the tennis ball. And then collarbone. And then sit up in a comfortable outside position. And then take the tennis ball and roll it down your scalenes. Down the sides of your neck. And then make sure you get like right to the side of the occipital ridge. Yeah, right back there. And then under your jaw. And then right where the jaw meets together. And then the other side, scalenes. So if you have TMJ, right, you take the tennis ball and you place it right where the jaw comes together. And then underneath the chin, like right at the baseline. So for me, I clench my teeth a lot. When I get really stressed, I start to clench. And then this whole part underneath my jawline starts to hurt. Good, yeah. And then when you're done, come lying on your back. That's nice. So lie on your back, draw your knees into your chest and tug. Circle the knees in one direction. Circle them in the other direction. Let's take a twist. Right arm out to the side like a T, both knees to the left. Close your eyes. Back to center, other side. Back to center. Line the pinky toes up with the outer edges of the mat. Draw your arms wide out to the side like a T. Let both knees fall to the left. Switch sides. Back to center, knees together, into each other. So keep your pinky toes wide, and keep them wide with the outer edges of the mat, and just let the knees fall in towards each other. And then soles of the feet together, knees wide on the floor. Ooh. Left hand on your heart, right hand below your navel. And just take your time now to fill yourself up with gratitude. So good to have a gratitude practice. We often forget to take the time to do that. Really good time to do that right now. Just go through all the blessings of your life, acknowledging the blessings, taking the time to be grateful for them, letting that soak in. And when you're ready, you can extend your legs and find yourself in Shavasana. So we spend these next few minutes in corpse pose, Shavasana pose. And we take this time being as still as possible. So resisting all temptation to fidget. And then just noticing how your consciousness begins to drop down to the deeper layers, the deeper koshas. Beneath the superficial layers, the mind begins to really quiet. back to the surface by making circular movements with fingers, your wrists, your toes, and your ankles. And reach your arms and head for a full body stretch. From fingertips to toe on the lower back. Draw your knees into your chest and roll onto your right hand side with your eyes closed and pause for a moment. When you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position with your eyes closed. So this is really where the magic happens in class, right now. Don't be in a hurry. This is when the mind's super quiet. This is when the central nervous system is the most calm. This is when the body's most at ease. And bring our hands together at our hearts. Considering our practice by bowing our heads in gratitude. So bowing into yourself. Acknowledging yourself for showing up and doing the work for taking time. Peace in our hearts, peace in our homes. Bye, you guys. Hope it was wonderful.